Now, Vladimir Putin, an old-school dictator, fighting a war in an old-school style that simply won't wash. Putin forgot about the internet, and in particular, he forgot about things like Facebook and TikTok, which even he can't control, and thank God for that. The Russian troops amassing on the borders were captured by TikTok, images that the rest of the world were able to see with their own eyes, the horror that was actually unfolding, not manipulated by mainstream media coverage, the sort of stuff that you might watch on Russia Today, but accounts from real people with their real experiences, the truth impossible to silence. He thought that he would simply line up his troops around the border and then take Ukraine in a Chechen-style manner, and that is pretty clear warning to the West that Russia will respond immediately and the consequences will be such as you have never seen in your entire history. All the necessary decisions in this regard have been taken, would mean Ukraine would be abandoned by the rest of the world. He even added, "I hope that my words will be heard." Let's unpack that. I will attack anyone who dares get in my way by providing air support, because at that point I've lost and therefore have nothing to lose. So sod the lot of you. It's pretty clear to me that he's talking about nuclear weapons, and even now there are reports he's moving Russia's nuclear deterrent to special alert. No wonder totalitarian regimes want to silence voices. They want to hide their misdemeanors. You only need to look at China. Let's take COVID. What do we know about COVID and the true story about how it evolved? Very little. And their ties with Russia? They've kept that a secret. And places like North Korea are, well, a complete mystery. The notion that their leaders would face a questionnaire for breaking rules would be farcical in those countries because the rules simply wouldn't apply to them and anyone daring to speak out wouldn't live to tell the tale. Whilst rulers of countries with these totalitarian regimes look on and see the will of Western nations like ours to destroy our leaders on the strength of things like Partygate, or they see bungled, so-called world-beating track and trace things that we supposedly put together, or the hypocrisy when we talk about removing links to slavery whilst we consume their goods, many put together by slaves in their countries, they must see weakness. But whilst I don't agree with many of the nonsense narratives that are emerging in this country, I will fight for the freedom, the right of freedom, for people to express them. Their very expression allows the lunacy of them to be challenged, and that is a sign of strength. The fact that we in Western democracies allow our ideologies to be challenged renders dictators like Putin powerless. Dictators like him understand the power of freedom of speech. It means that they can carry on without question, and it must stick in his craw that he cannot control it, and in particular online. Yesterday, apparently the Kremlin's website went down and Russian TV channels were hacked to play Ukrainian songs. The takeover was by a group called Anonymous, a proficient group of hackers from all over the world, and a stark reminder to Putin of things that are out of his control and the havoc that they can wreak. He's underestimated the lengths that people will go to fight for this freedom, and it will cost him dearly. He is basically the class bully, and if he doesn't get his own way, he'll try to flush everyone's head down the pan. But he can't. Thank God for freedom of speech.